Hey everybody, I have Gabby here, and I actually don't know this. Gabby, where are you coming from?
I'm tuning in from Florida right now.
Okay. I actually had no idea. So I'm in Maryland, you're in Florida. We're actually not terribly far from each other. I know
Oh.
a lot of people in the business are like in the Midwest. So
Mm.
that's pretty cool. But anyway, Gabby's here. She's going to take a little bit out of her day and I'll ask her a few questions and hopefully, for you watching, it answers some questions you might have, when it comes to what it is that we do and all that. So we'll get started by Gabby. If you want to share like how long you've been working online and why you got started.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat with you guys today. And yeah, so a little bit on me is I got started a little bit over a year and a half ago. And what led me here to this business opportunity was I was working as a dog trainer and I loved what I was doing. Like, I really am passionate about working with dogs. And I actually turned that hobby of training my dogs into a career after I dropped out of college. And I did that for about 2 years and it was really good. But what I had found was the reasons that I had dropped out of college, um, I wasn't living those out. And so I dropped out of college because I wasn't excited about the career path that I was going down. And I wanted something that would allow me the location independence and the time flexibility to be able to travel and just go spend time with my loved ones because I have people all over the states. And so that takes time to be able to go and visit them. And yeah, and so I ended up getting laid off. And during that time, I was shocked because I was like really excited. I was like, why am I so excited? And it was because I finally had this time that I had been wanting. Unfortunately, it was due to like unfortunate circumstances, but I had been wanting more time for myself and I had it and I had all the time in the world. And so I was pumped and I started to really just decide for myself that I was going to make this passion of working remotely be my dream. And I ended up stumbling across this opportunity one day while I was just aimlessly scrolling on social media. And I wanted to learn more. So I dove in. I talked to my now coach a little bit more about this opportunity. We hopped on some calls and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do it. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared, but like where I'm at right now is not where I want to be. And so I knew I needed to make that change in order to do it. And so that was a little bit over a year and a half ago.
I love that. And I knew we had, because I love following your content. I knew
Yeah.
like you were a dog lover. So do you have three dogs?
Yeah, so I have
Three
three.
dogs.
I have Bruce, Benji, and Sage. And you have like four dogs,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that we were both animal lovers because like I said, I always follow your content. But that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you were a dog trainer. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And
Then
I
if
actually still get to do dog training on the side. And now what's great is like I get to do that more on my own terms and I get to bring that back more as like a passion rather than relying on that for like solely my income.
right. And you're not, it's not just a job. Now you get that balance of what you want. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever met my dogs, then you'd be like, okay, these dogs need some serious training.
No, no, no. It's all about whatever you want your dog to fit into your lifestyle.
Right. No, they're good. It's just they have a lot of energy. So it's the jumping up on people and that sort of thing. And that's
Yeah.
so hard to break, but they're happy. So
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters.
so I guess we'll go into the next question. I guess what would you say your favorite part of either the platform we use or just working online in general?
Yeah. Okay. So this is like really hard for me to pick like my favorite, but I'll speak on like maybe two because I can't narrow it down just to one. But my favorite thing about the platform that we use or that we partner with is just how much you get out of it. Like when I first started this, I was like, all right, like there's this business opportunity. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had no experience in this realm at all. And this platform has allowed me to gain so much words are hard knowledge and learn a whole new skill set around being an entrepreneur on top of running social media and everything. Because with, I guess what I'm trying to say is, with this opportunity, it's not just skill set, it is mindset as well. And so it's like the perfect combo of both. And I never really practiced mindset work or personal development or anything until I came into here. And now, since doing that, I have just like fell in love with learning more about myself and sharing those things with other people. And so that leads into my second favorite thing, is just being able to help people and like share my experiences and help people take, or inspire people to take control of their lives and to create a life by their design, and to really just embody that version of themselves, and to really just wander outside of the societal norm and do what lights their soul. And through doing, or through partnering with this opportunity, I've been able to learn more about myself on top of helping other people, and it is really just the best of both worlds.
That is so true. I love that you touched on all of that because, mindset is huge. Like, you can start a business and have all the step by step. But mindset, I forget, you probably know what I'm talking about, where they say it's like mindset is however many much percentage of like a successful business.
Yeah, I believe
Um,
it's like 80, they say around like 80%, 85%, and then like 20% skill set. So
yeah.
80% mindset and 20% skill set.
Yeah, I knew you would know it because I've heard it and like we talk about it and I just couldn't remember the percentages.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so true. I mean, and that's something I didn't realize was going to be a part of the business until like I started. And it's made just like such a positive impact, like not just in growing a business, but in my life. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's so true. And then you had mentioned, now I'm drawing a blank. What was your second one?
Being able to help people and just being able
Oh,
to
yes.
share that experience with others.
Yeah, it's so awesome that we're not, pushing products. We're building our own brand. And I actually just made a post about building my own brand because it's fun, like you're not like just trying to make ends meet and trying to build a business. It's like you're centering it around what you love, and that's amazing. So, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, the branding aspect is just so key, because like I said before, how I do the dog training, like that gets to be part of my brand, and other things that I'm passionate about, personal development, mindset stuff, all of those things get to tie into my business. And with that being said, it attracts people that are really similar to me, and so I've gotten to connect with really cool people like Carly and tons of other amazing people out there that share that similar interest and that drive for life.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, so I guess you kind of already covered this, but since starting online, how would you say it's changed your life in the last year and a half, you had said?
Yeah, so it's changed my life like dramatically. Like I was sitting here actually reflecting this morning on just like how much I've changed in my mindset, but then like my lifestyle as well. So I've been able to, I actually got that job back, that dog training job back, and I ended up quitting it. And I do run my business full time now, and I get to do dog training on the side whenever I want, passionate about that. And I've gotten to travel more in the past year and a half than I ever have. And like that's with like all of the circumstances of like the world going on as well. And so it's just been really eye-opening to see that whenever you have this dream or this vision and you take the steps to get there, you can create that and you can make those dreams your reality. And I've been able to, like another thing that I've been able to do is, when I started, I only had 2 dogs, and now I have 3 dogs because I had that time to get a puppy, and I had that time to be able to just be with her a lot and be able to train her and just have that time and that focus where I wouldn't have had whenever I had a job, because I was working long, like 12-hour days and 50+ hour weeks, and that life just wasn't for me. And too, like this, like starting with this business opportunity, I have met some of my like absolute best friends. Like right now I'm down in Florida, and I'm actually like based in Wisconsin, and I have a friend from the business that lives like, I was like staying like 45 minutes away from me. So we've been able to like connect and go back and forth. And then that's just like one person that I've met. I've met tons of people through this business. And that has been, I guess, one of the biggest like surprises to me is because I never really had that like tribe or that like I don't know, where I felt like I belong, I guess. And now I do have that. And so it's just been really, really amazing.
I love that. It gives me chills. One, before I forget about the puppy, that is so true because puppies take so much time, like if you're working 8, 12-hour days, you can't keep a puppy in a crate that long. So there's so many benefits to being home with a puppy. So that's pretty cool that you got to do that. Um,
Yeah.
but as far as the community, like that is huge because surrounding, we have I have friends growing up with, and it's like, it's not the same as being surrounded by like-minded people, because we're all going through the same things. We can talk about what we're going through, and the endless support is just amazing. So that is so
Mhm.
true. That's
Yeah.
cool that you're meeting up with someone in Florida. I was just talking with Tabitha, who she's in Philadelphia. So she's the first one that's like the closest to me.
Yay.
And I'm excited about like getting together and doing that. But it's so true. It's also something I didn't realize with the business was to connect with that big of a community. So
It's been such a blessing.
yes, definitely. Well, I guess my next question would be, what were some of your fears that might have been holding you back in the beginning? And how did you overcome them when getting started?
Yeah, so that's a really good question because I actually found this business opportunity a year before I got started. And I remember like seeing it for the second time and I was like, all right, Gabby, like this is a sign. You've seen this before, like, but the first time you just wrote it off, like you were just like, I don't know if you can do that. Like that was my first thought the second time. And then or the first time. And then the second time rolled around, I was laid off. I was really unhappy with where I was at in my like job circumstance. And so I had declared that I wanted something different. And so my mindset the second time around was like, let me just learn more. And so instead of allowing my fears to drive my actions the second time around, I decided to get curious and I decided to ask more information and peek my little toes in and actually see what it was about. And if you're still watching this video, I know you're curious. And I suggest that for you as well, because you're we're always going to have fears. You're never going to feel ready. You're never ready is a decision. It isn't a feeling. And so in order to be ready, you have to decide. And that's what I did that second time around. I decided that for me. I decided that what I got this like little vision of what I wanted. I want to travel. I want to do van life. I want to have this location independence all while helping other people. And I was like, you know what? Like these fears, they're here. I'm going to acknowledge them. But instead of allowing those to hold me back, I'm just going to go for it. And I did. And so that's my best piece of advice for anybody, for anything that you're doing is there's always going to be fears. There's always going to be excuses on why right now can't be it, or like the what ifs or the shoulds or all of that. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it just comes with deciding that for you, and realizing that if you don't make a change, nothing changes.
I love that you actually already tied into, it's like you knew my last question. You already are giving advice. But that is so true. When I first started, I did the same thing. I didn't wait quite as long, but a year, wow. So in, thinking back, where would you be if you had started that year sooner?
Mhm.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that runs through your mind. Because for me, I think I just watched for like 4 months and I had reached out and then I was like, it's too good to be true. And I just like went away. And then I kept seeing it. Like you said, it was like reading my mind. It's like I, it, social media knew like that's what I needed to do. And I came across it again. But all I can think is if I got started that much sooner, how much further would I be? So,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
well, I guess, do you have any other advice? You pretty much covered that. Just kind of go for it.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to reiterate on what I said, that like think about it right now. If you're still watching this video, like where are you right now? Like you're watching this for a reason. You want something to change in your life. And where is it that you want to go? All right. So you're here and you want to come here and there's a gap in between. Well, sitting there thinking and wondering and doing all of that, doing the research, all of those types of things, those aren't going to fill that gap. The action, taking that messy action, making the decision, that's what's going to get you closer to that end goal, is taking messy action. I cannot reiterate that enough. That's something I tell myself every single day, is that you don't have to have everything figured out. Nobody in life has anything figured out, even the ones that seem like it. It's just all about taking messy action. And
Yes. 100%, because if we waited for that perfect time, I always say like we would be waiting a while. Like I could make a list of
exactly.
everything that's gone wrong. It's like, oh well, I'll start that workout on Monday, like, and then Monday comes and something happens. It's like there's never gonna be a right time. So that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on. This has been hopefully super helpful for anyone watching. But thanks for taking the time out of your day. I love
Yeah.
hearing your story. So that
Thanks
was
for having
awesome.
me. I'm
Yes,
excited to come
thank
on.
you. Well, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you guys later. See ya.
Bye.